Good morning.
Yeah, hiya.
Good afternoon and good evening. If anyone is watching elsewhere in the world, welcome to RickyVillaTV in association with Shelfside Spurs and Spurs Asian TV. Everybody who's watching, give it a like. If you haven't subscribed, then please subscribe to all the channels. We put out a fair bit of content, and it's always lovely to have you. So, Kev, how's sunny Island today?
Sunny.
Yeah.
It's been really cold this morning. There was a really heavy frost overnight, but it's bracing now. It's sunny but cold.
Yeah.
It's fresh though, you know. I mean, at least it's not raining. That's the main thing.
Yes.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
It's always good.
Yeah, it was absolutely pissing it down last night here, but no, we've got sun as well today, and it's as you say, it's quite brisk, but it's kind of nice.
Yeah.
And there ends the RickyVillaTV weather report.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So, Guy, how are you, mate? If you want to pop on, I shall put the link in the comments. Uno momento. Here we go. Yep. So if you want to pop on and have a chat, then you're more than welcome, mate. So we shall go start off with on this day in Spurs history. Now this was something that I'm hankering back to a little bit. On this day in history, the 30th of November 2019, Tottenham Hotspur 3, Bournemouth 2. Starting lineup was Gaza in goal. Vertonghen left back. Is that Sanchez and Alderweireld in the middle at the back. Aurier on the right. Dyer defensive midfield. Ali and Ndombele attacking central midfield. Sissoko on the right. Son on the left. And Harry Kane up front. Yeah. So I watched the goals. Do you remember this game?
Yeah.
Yeah. I watched the goals earlier. And that was prime Dele Alli. God, I miss that bloke.
Yes. I think he's available recently and all, but he's suspect, isn't he? So
yeah, I don't think he's ever
going to get back.
So morning, Wayne. Yeah, morning. As well as can be expected after that debacle yesterday. But I hope you're well as well, mate. Always good to see you. So yes, we went 3-0 up. Dele Alli in the 21st and the 50th, and Moussa Sissoko with a lovely volley at the right-hand post after a great cross from Sonny, I believe it was. But then, as usual, you know, it was squeaky bum time. Harry Wilson, absolute quality free kick. He seems to like scoring against us, doesn't he?
I was about to say that. Yeah. Come back to haunt us 6 years later. Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. And then 90th minute, another nicely taken goal. But we managed to hold on for the win. Substitutions were Lucas Moura came on for Ndombele in the 74th minute, and Gio Lo Celso for Sonny in the 88th, Harry Winks for Dele Alli in the 90th. Yeah, what I wouldn't give to have some of those players back.
Yeah.
Vertonghen and Alderweireld, although that was kind of coming towards the end of their time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Prime Dele Alli, prime Son, and Kane didn't even get on the score sheet that day. So,
yeah, it's days like that, though, don't he? But I'm looking at Gazzaniga in goal now. Had what's his name left by then? Our other keeper.
Loris was injured.
Oh, was he? That's right. Yeah, but it was the sort of beginning of the end, wasn't it? After losing in May to Liverpool.
Yeah, I think so.
The team was starting to break up, and
yeah. I mean, Eriksen was on the bench. I think that was the time when he was really not doing very well. He went through that patch of, it was about a season and a half, wasn't it, of him just not turning up. And that was then time for him to leave. But obviously he went on and did all right at Bournemouth. And then Man United, I don't think he really pulled up many trees there. I've got an Irish Man United fan at work who we always have a good chin wag whenever he's in the office. And he said he thought it was a bit of a waste. He didn't think much of Eriksen when he came. And obviously Danny Rose, again, coming
he's in
towards
the
the end of
section.
his career.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Wayne says,
Yeah.
Toby and Jan were quality. Going to be a long time before we have a central defensive partnership that good again. I think that's very, very, very true. I think Romero is massively overhyped. And what's his name? VDV doesn't look particularly interested at the moment.
No, I noticed that in the week. He's got the 1,000-yard stare. I said he's like, when Carl Walker turned out for us one day, and he was like looking in the distance all the time, and he was like thinking he's had different opinions or different views, and he's had an offer under the table or something like that.
Yeah,
he can't do nothing about it while he's in contract, but he's playing with a load of mugs at the moment, and he's having to do all the work and getting nothing for it. It's horrible. But he's been like that for the last couple of games. He's still putting it in. He's still doing a shift. But I'm afraid to say, we'll lose him because he don't want to be in a team that's doing that every week.
Yeah.
Kamikaze, Harry Carey. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's true. But although I did think that Danso had a good game yesterday.
People were slagging him.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, a lot of slagging him off of him. Saying he's not centre half and all that kind of stuff. Some of the stuff I read this morning.
I don't think he lost the ball that often, to be honest. I thought he played pretty well. I thought he did some decent long balls. I'm a bit, it's amazing that we kept putting crosses in, and you got two big fellas there, and nobody got on the end of the ball. Richie wasn't winning it. Mawani wasn't winning it. Mawani, he's a big lad, but I'm not sure how good. Again, same as Richie, not sure how good they are in the air.
Yeah.
We've obviously been.
One thing I'll say, sorry, go on. Yeah, carry on.
Okay. I was just going to say,
Danso, I think we're doing it again. I say Danso's a bit muscle bound. I think because he's so strong, that's what restricts him. He's got to get mobile, but he's all right. He's got a bit of passion, but we've got to change that throwing nonsense. It's not always the answer.
No,
we're not Arsenal. We're not bloody Chelsea. Nothing like that. Let's play it on the ground. Let's get it in the box.
Yeah,
we'll work it back to the bloody goalkeeper as usual, whatever way we do it.
So, So VDV looked pissed off and fed up for a while. I think the Chelsea game was the big one with him. Yeah, that's very possible.
Don't blame him.
Right, so welcome, Guy. How are you, mate?
That'll be one of them.
Well, I've changed officially. I've rebranded. Oh man, like I say, I didn't want to stream yesterday because I had no internet, and I'm lucky I didn't with Eugene, because I think I would have said things on his stream which might have got this channel cancelled. I saw the first goal. I was like, okay, whatever. Saw the second goal, and I think I went into a fit of effing and blinding, and I think I ended up like throwing my mouse like across the screen, and I was a couple of drinks in with friends at the pub, and the whole mood. I'm just going to say this: the whole mood in the pub, it was full of Spurs fans, but the whole mood of the pub just reflected the mood in the pitch.
Yeah,
it was just like, what are we watching? Like, hopefully you guys are older than me. You've watched more football games than me. Can anyone explain to me why that happened? I know why it happened, but like, I have seen it happen, but why? Why? Shall we just go through the usual, and we'll go into the game, because I'm just perplexed at this point, mate.
Yeah, well, to be honest, I wasn't really sure what kind of formation we were playing yesterday.
That's not the formation, mate. That's not the formation. At times we were playing a 4-2-2-2.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think, Kudos was obviously on the right, but there was no one attacking ahead of Udogie because Bergvall was in the middle.
Yep.
So
all our attacking threat, all of our apart from I think about 2 passages of play. I've got to look at the stats. I haven't looked at the stats because I like I say, I woke up this morning still in a fucking bad mood, but which I'm sure that you'll get onto. But I'm sure 90% of our attack went through Kudos and Porro, crossing it in. I'm sure it was.
Yeah. Udogie didn't show. Well, I think he needs some support out there, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah. Especially if we're playing a 4-2-2-2.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, I couldn't really figure out what he was doing. And I mean, I keep hearing that this that Frank is this tactical master, etc., etc.
Oh my God! Don't be. We as Spurs fans have been gaslit by our own community, saying Frank is a big 6 killer. He's a pragmatic tactician, and all this. And everyone tells me that they've watched Brentford, right? And I'm like, really? You watched Brentford all those seasons? Are you sure? And he comes to Spurs, and obviously none of these things are true. And I looked into the stats against this whole big 6 killer thing. It's bollocks. It's absolute bollocks. It's just weird stuff made up to make people think they know what they're talking about. But go on, matey.
Yeah, because I think it's he beat Man United a couple of times, didn't he? And then all of a sudden everybody's like, "Oh wow, look at this guy! God.
Big whoop!"
Yeah, exactly. Whoop. Everybody beats Man United these days. Pop must.
Yeah.
So let's go through it player by player. Vicario.
Oh, absolute stinker and hooked.
Yeah.
That was
-5.
Yeah. Someone asked me yesterday, I think it was while I was deep in, I think, my second bottle of I'll get it here. Here it is. My second bottle. I can't, you know what? I've got the medal just to remind me we can't be that shit, really. But people asked me to rate players, and the first one was Vicario. And weirdly enough, I've been defending this man, and yeah, -5 is too good, my friend. -5 is too good.
I think, to be honest, he has pulled off some amazing saves this season, and against, I can't remember the teams that we had a sort of, lower than 1 goals. I can't remember what you call it. G something or other. XG, that's the one.
Oh yeah, that's.
And
stuff.
it's I can't get on with that kind of stats. That doesn't. No. Yeah, I'm a little bit.
Doesn't make any sense to me.
He has made some really decent saves, but he also has had a stinker. And who was it? Someone was saying earlier that he reminds them of Gomez. Great shot stopper, but always has a brain fart in him.
I just can't believe, why didn't he just kick it out of play? If he knew he was outside of his box, kick it out of play, leg it back to your line, let the defenders come back to protect your box as well from the throw-in. It disrupts play.
Yeah.
I just don't understand why he just didn't kick it out of play. Anyway, -5. No. We're dividing by 0 on this one, man. It cannot be done.
It's game changer now, because 2-0 up after 6 minutes, the game's over. Unless, the other team's really stupid.
Yeah. But Wayne said Frank's been at the club long enough to know who his best players are, and what his best starting 11 is. That's very true.
None
also
of this
said, was Vicario that bad yesterday in the first half? Yeah.
Yeah. And also, none of this narrative, let's give him time. We are well into the season now. We've only got a couple of games at home before Christmas, right? And then we're in the January transfer window. I'm not hearing this give him time BS. I'm not hearing it anymore. Sorry, I'm not. He had a pre-season. I went to the pre-season games, remember, Ricky? I was telling you.
Yeah.
And I went to the pre-season game. There is enough time for him to know his starting 11 by now. But go on, my friend.
Yeah. Hello, Eugene. How are you, sir?
Hey, big up, man. Aren't you glad we didn't stream? Aren't you glad we didn't stream, mate?
Yeah, the truth, yeah. You can hear me clearly, guys?
Yes, all good.
All good, right? No, the truth, right? I don't know. I just didn't have the mood yesterday, you know? Even though, yeah, we just didn't. I knew something bad was going to happen, right?
Because we're playing at
Then,
home.
Yeah.
No, yeah, one thing to play at home. No, because I was expecting him, right? Because when I saw that lineup, you remember that night when we did the PSG game, when I saw the lineup, I saw something different, right? It excited me to go and actually do a watch along. Yeah. And when I saw the lineup come out, I was going, why is he tinkering again? Why isn't he playing the same, you know? I mean, apart from Romero, why is he changing the players again? They should let them go out and get used to the system and all that. But I don't know, guys, whether we're cursed at home. I think because after we sacked Levy's put some, I told you, right, about a month ago, we've been losing at home like that. There's something really not right there, unless we've been actually being controlled by the Southeast Asian bookies, right? Because that's the deal, right? We give you the Europa League, right? And then you have to do this at home, you know? And the worst part is, right, ever since Levy has left, we've been losing. Not even winning. I know, you know, at the title we've been losing, right? Drawing with Wolves ain't nothing, right? So it could be Levy's curse that's left behind. And if he's done that, right, that means he really been lying to us about he loves the club. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't love the club.
I can still hear you. I can still hear you.
Right. So at this moment in time, as I can see, I'm still confused, guys. I'm still confused, right? I'm confused with Frank, with his lineup. I'm confused with his substitutions, right? Yesterday we could see, right? I was not happy when he didn't make the subs at the halftime, but I was watching the game, I know, in bed, right, lying down and watching it, but I wasn't doing watch along. I saw us building up momentum, pressuring Fulham, and getting that first goal going in by Kudus, right? And the thing is that if Frank was such a tactical genius, if he could have seen all this been going on, right, he should have made the subs. He should have let it go on for another 10, 15 minutes to see what happens and see whether if that peters out. If it peters out, then you make the subs. You don't make the subs and break that momentum. So I don't want to say Frank out and all that, but the thing is that he's showing so much incompetence now. And bro, he has taken even a shorter time to call out the fans. Remember Ange called the fans?
Don't.
No, remember Ange called out?
Yeah.
No. Remember Ange called out the fans when we wanted to lose to M City so Arsenal doesn't win the league? It was end of the season, right? In Ange's first season. You get what I'm saying? He's taken him 13 games and he's calling out the fans for not booing. Bro.
Yeah, dude.
You're performing like shit at home. What the hell do you expect? This is Tottenham Hotspur. There's a certain standard and levels the way that we play, right? And I don't like even doing watch along now because it's so fucking boring. It's either we get humped, right? Or we can't, bro, half time. It was a 0.01 XG.
Again.
Think about it. Against Fulham.
Yeah.
Fulham not against Chelsea.
Don't
not against Arsenal.
Man. Don't get me started on the booze. Here's the thing, because you know that I've stopped going to. I don't know if you know this, Ricky, but I've stopped going to home games now. Like
really? He sold his season tickets.
Yeah. So I went to the Everton game away, mainly just to see the new stadium. Beautiful stadium. It's better than Anfield. Deal with it. But I didn't. No, it is. It is better than Anfield. Anyway, so we know a Spurs fan called is it Nicky Collins? Nicky Collins? Is it Collins or something?
Oh, Nick Collison.
Yeah, Nick Collison.
Barry. Jens favorite. Jens favorite guy.
He went to the game. He was asking, "Oh, you going to the game?" And I picked up an injury playing 5-0s. I was going to go for a drink or some food with him. I was like, "I'm not going to the game because I'm a curse. Every time I go to the home stadium, we lose." So I was like, "No, I'm not going this time, just to make sure it's not me." Barry's like, the atmosphere in the stadium is toxic, man. I'm like, yes, I know. I've been this season. I've been to what, 5? Was it 4 or 5 games? I can't remember. It might be 4.
4.
Yeah, it's 4 games. Yeah.
You missed, I think, one of the 4
Yeah,
games.
I missed the only one we won at.
Yeah, but
with
Burnley
the
game.
Van Ben screamer. But yeah, so I thought it was me because we get a bit superstitious and a bit silly. I was like, cool. So I was like, no, it's Fulham. It's Fulham. It's Fulham. We can beat Fulham. They're crap. They haven't won a game away all season. What happens? They come here 3 points lane, mate. You could hear the stadium boos from the TV. Yeah, Eugene, you weren't here when I was talking about the pub, mate. The pub was toxic. People were walking out the pub. They were walking out the pub. We were like, no, we're not doing this. We're going home. What's the point?
Yeah, I know. No, but guys,
yeah,
the thing is that, right?
Vicario,
It's so sad, right? The thing is that when Vicario, when that move happened, right? All I had in my mind was Vicario clear the ball, and that stupid idiot played the ball back into play again, right? And I said, and when he did that, right, I said, shit, it's over. We're gonna lose the ball. It's over. And he didn't even sprint back to the goalpost. He just jogged back.
The defenders didn't come back either. The defenders just watched it all unfold.
God, no, bro, no, mates, listen to me, right? I think Frank has lost the dressing room. Number one, all right. When the club sacked Ange, right? I think a lot of players weren't happy. You get what I'm saying? Number one, because he's the manager that brought the trophy, the glory, and everybody felt that with him. Yes, because no matter what happened, because a lot of people keep arguing about 17th place and blah, blah, blah. But by January, right, we already knew we couldn't get relegated. And nobody wants to accept that. He put all his eggs into the basket to win the trophy, right? What would it matter if we were 12, 13, 15, right? Or 10th, right? It wouldn't matter in the league. We didn't win the trophy. Yeah. Yes, but everybody doesn't give him that respect. But the problem is now, right? He had a bunch of shit players, and he still won us a trophy. And the problem is that now all the Frank sexuals, right, or whatever, all those who can't take criticisms because of Frank, right, are getting overboard. But the problem is that they can't see it. Frank, I think, right, has, how would you say it? I don't think he's handling this too well. Because number one, I think he's underestimating the job. He thought he could come in and this would be simple, right? But he didn't understand, right? If fans could have hounded out Jose Mourinho, Conte, right, and now Ange after winning a trophy, imagine if you come into the club, right? How are you going to build this club? You must think about that. But the problem now is that I think he has lost the plot. Number one, he's really lost the plot because number one, Ange took away the Spursy tag by winning us a trophy, right? He is re-implementing the Spursy tag onto us, right? By being shit. You can see that. And of course, a lot of people say, in the first 5 games or so, he solidified the defense. It looked good in the beginning. Remember, guys, we were all talking about it.
That's relative. Look at the teams that we were playing. I kept saying this.
No, and of course, saying this. But bro, don't forget, we played Man City too, right? Early on. Right, we played Man City too, but I think the biggest indicator, right, that he wouldn't succeed was the Super Cup. We were up 2-0, bro, against a fucked up PSG team that got no cohesion, or just came back from their siesta, right? Most probably they're still half drunk or half high from
World Champions Cup as well, weren't they?
Yeah, no, they weren't World Champions. Chelsea beat them. Yeah, and the disappointment because they lost to Chelsea and all that, and we couldn't take advantage of it. We were 2-0 up, and then he allowed them to come back to draw that game. And I think, right, that is the indicator, right? He's not a winner. If he had won us that cup, right, that would have brought in a confidence to the players and the squad, right? That, okay, he is the manager. Bro, I tell you, if Ange was up 2-0 against PSG, he would have lost that game. Because he would have experience to know how to win the trophy. Yeah, I'm saying I mean, Ange isn't there now, but it is what it is. But we are stuck with Frank, right? I'm not Frank out. I've been Ange, don't care. I've always blamed the owners and all that. And to tell the truth, right, at the moment, right, I don't blame Frank too, because to tell the truth, we've collected shit for the past 25 years, right? And we've not replaced the players that we should have replaced, right? And now, to tell the truth, if you want to say, right, the tools that have been given to Frank is not 100%, but it can't be at this level.
No, it can't be, fam.
You know what I'm saying? It can't be at this level. I can't understand. I don't understand. You know, every time I do a watch along, I keep saying I'm confused. I'm confused with the lineup. I'm confused with the subs, right? And I was saying this, right? Yeah,
He just
you're
threw
confused with the subs
everything he threw everything. He threw everything in.
without
I've
any
noticed
logic.
this. Yeah, I've noticed this. His use of substitutions, because I'm looking at it now, because I'm having a look at the subs, because it's always past the 60 minute. It's always past the 60 minute, and he just throws everything but the kitchen sink at it.
But the worst part is, right, before, I mean, when he was with us in the beginning, preseason, and even before he signed, he was supported to be a tactician, the professor, you know, he knows how to coach the players. He'll get the best out of the players. Bro, have you seen Poro, right? When he was with Ange, right, his crosses were pinpoint, bro.
That's
right?
True, yeah.
What has happened to Poro? I see Poro crossing balls, right? All over the place. It's so, I don't understand what's going on now, right? And he's got the only way he attacks, right, is through the wings and the balls in. The wings and the balls in. He's got no attacking style of cutting into the middle, right? Passing through the middle and shoot. And our players don't shoot enough. I don't understand why. Maybe that's PTSD of Ange because we're so used to the tap-ins, right? And maybe we don't have Brenda there. That's why Brenda isn't there to tap in the goals anymore. You know, that's the sad part, right? To tell the truth, we got one more game coming up, right? That's on Tuesday night for you guys, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Newcastle,
Tuesday after.
Yeah, we're gonna lose
we got Newcastle coming up.
We're gonna lose that.
Yeah,
we're gonna lose that.
And Newcastle is on good form now, and we're away at St. James Park. I don't know, bro. And to tell the truth, the knives are out for him. I already told you, right, Guy? I told you, right, Guy? In the stadium, if you don't perform to the standards of the home fans, right, you're gonna get pushed out really quick, right? Right. Remember when we lost 3-0 to Manchester United at home, right? When the whole fans were singing to Nuno, "You don't know what you're doing," right? Remember what happened after that?
There.
You were singing it too.
He was a dickhead. I hated Nuno. I still don't like Nuno's style of play. And the thing is with Nuno, at least there is a style of play. With this,
we don't even have a style of play.
Our style of play is give the ball to Kudos, inshallah. It's just insane.
Bro,
just to get a few of the comments in.
Yeah, go for it.
Swifty, nice to see you, mate. How are you?
Hey, big up, Swifty.
Under the south stand before he went as bad luck.
Oh, is that what that smell is?
Daniel 90 coming Spurs says, "Get this Brentford mug out of our club." I'm glad that you said Brentford mug and not Danish mug, otherwise you would have been out of it. Mark says, "Big up." He said, "I told you it's a dead cat. Big it up." Daniel 90 coming Spurs. He'll be gone after the Newcastle game. Swifty with the cats. And Wayne Bonner, it's not just some of the fans turning on him. Some of the players clearly had enough. Yeah, that's true. Go on to the Newcastle game.
I think he's lost the dressing room. Yeah,
I thought this would probably be the lineup for the Newcastle game.
Yeah, if I can't see what was on the screen.
We've got Kudos in goal, Muani, VDV, and Poro at the back.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Oh my
God. Yeah, but guys, before I go, right, I'm just gonna say this, right? The Newcastle game, to tell the truth, right, we were bullied off the park in the Carabao Cup.
Yeah.
And if I don't to tell the truth, right, I don't even know what to say anymore because we can't even figure out what kind of tactics he's gonna play. I think the best way not to lose, right, what Frank has got to do, right, put on all 11 players standing across the goalpost. That's all. Sit there and just block the goal. You know what I'm saying? That's the only tactic he can use. That's how I see it.
Yeah, a 1-11-0.
Yeah, not even 1-11-0. It's just 11. That's all. All right, guys. I got to make a move. Going back to work, right? Take care. Enjoy the show. Right? And don't forget, right? Subscribe to Spurs Version TV, RickyVillaTV, Shelves Like Spurs, right? We try to give you as much content as possible, but, you know, to tell the truth, right? He's not inspiring me to give content anymore. I don't know why. Yeah, it's not inspiring. The only thing, I don't want to talk negative about the manager. You get what I'm saying? Right? But if we're going to do shows and say bad things about him all the time, right? What's the difference with it being under Ange?
Exactly, mate.
Yeah, that is true.
All right,
I have
guys.
to say, my
Take
big,
care,
yeah, take care, mate.
guys.
Yeah, yeah, Shane. All the best.
Yes, I'll catch you later. But
Come
I
on,
think
Spurs.
most probably I will do the watch along for the Newcastle game. I'll try to do the watch along for the Newcastle
Yeah,
game.
let's do it because Robert's up for it. I think Robert's up for it. Who's a
Yeah.
Newcastle
Oh yeah.
fan.
Yeah. Of course he's gonna be bro. Of course he's gonna be up for it, right? He wants to see us get smashed. Robert is a Newcastle fan, so yeah, big up to Robert too. He's a nice guy, a cool guy. But the sad part is, bro, he might have to make his son an Arsenal fan, right? He made that stupid bet. My God. Oh dear. That's another day, another story. All right,
Yeah,
guys.
another
Take
story.
care. Bye.
Cheers, take it easy.
Bye.
Right, I have to say that my big problem with Ange was when he called the fans out, and now Frank's done it as well. So I've got kind of a problem with him.
I've got a massive problem with him because here's the thing, right? It was really because I remember what game was it? I can't remember with the first game we booed him on. I can't remember because there's been a couple. But I booed and I did a rival panel show, and they were like, "Oh, it's so disgusting! You're booing Frank. He's just got there." I'm like, "He's just got there." Also, one, don't tell fans what to do. Right, number one, you're not a Spurs fan, so you don't get to tell us who we boo and who we cheer. Two, booing and cheering has been part of football before football was televised. And believe me, my granddad, rest in peace, back in the day, used to tell me the stuff that they used to shout at players, like in before it was televised, right? So it's all right. And three, you don't get to tell us as fans when and how we celebrate or admonish your players, mate. I'm sorry, you don't get to tell us that. And to use his direct quote, not true Spurs fans. Nah.
I don't think not true Spurs fans would have been there yesterday. Why would you want to go 8 o'clock in the evening on a Saturday night?
Exactly.
With our home form. Why
and the
would
price
you,
of tickets.
Yeah.
And the price of tickets.
Why would you ruin your weekend for that? Unless you live locally.
Yeah, you ain't getting home till about 11. I don't get home till about 11 home games because I tend to stay. And then walk all the way down Seven Sisters because I ain't getting a tube which is 12 miles long. You know what I mean? I'm going to get a bus to whatever, and it's just crazy. But yeah, to call people not true Spurs fans is just that's a disgrace, mate.
He's fucked up there massively, I'd say. Daniel's 90, come on, you Spurs said, but Wayne, I was in a chat with you other day. We are Tottenham TV. You was telling me to be calm, that we have to be patient. Now your energy has changed. Well, people are allowed to change their opinions. And it's when we're being served up. I mean, I thought that PSG was a little bit positive. We actually had a go.
It was a confusing game, wasn't it? It was a confusing game because it was like, okay, we performed well. Did you see how well we kept that triangle defensive formation?
Yeah.
You could really see it in the yellow shirts. It was really good. That yellow kit is cursed. But you could see that we were keeping defensive formations. We were keeping offensive formations. Okay, our passing wasn't great, but for some reason with Spurs, we can't pass a ball without it being intercepted. I don't know what our problem is, but our weight of pass is just non-existent. It's terrible. I've got a better weight of pass, and I play futsal. You know what I mean? But yeah, you can say that the performances is what we wanted. We knew that we were going to lose the game. We knew it. Come on. Unless you're in Delulu land, you knew that we would lose that game. And it's only the league phase and yada, yada. And it is in Paris, what is it called? The Paris.
Is it Parc de France?
Parc de France, which I've been there, by the way. That atmosphere is hostile as fuck, right? You will get the whole stadium erupts from 600 decibels from the moment of kickoff to the moment the game ends. So there's a lot of pressure in that game. So I didn't think we would lose it, but we had a good performance. It wasn't an amazing performance. It was good. I was thinking, okay, cool. All right. He's taken what he's learned from the destructive London derbies. or derbies, depending on how you say it. And okay, we've got some fight. And then we go into this game, we bend over, spread our cheeks, and just go on in. Why not have a go?
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, Wayne says, my bad for that. At Daniel90 coming you Spurs, it was the language I didn't like. My issue with what we're being served is this: the disconnect within the team between defence, attack, and communication. Daniel says, all I'm saying, don't ever question my opinion. And Wayne says, opinions are there to be questioned. But again, it was the language. Yeah, I think that opinions are there to be questioned, but yeah, it's we're not you know, me and Kev, when we're off camera, we're always arguing and swearing at each other. So, you know.
We're Spurs fans, bro. We're Spurs fans. We're Spurs fans. It is what it is, isn't it?
Yeah. So with this Newcastle Spurs, what do we think? Are we going to get shafted again?
Go on, Kev, you go.
Do you think that he's going to change it again, go 3 at the back or 7 up top? Or
I haven't really got a clue, because I don't know what he's going to do next, because he's half responding to the press and everything else. He's not being his own man. He's just trying different things for the fun of it, I think. I'm looking at a very similar scenario to 1965, 66, 1975, 76, 77 now. We could go down either this year or next year, the way we're carrying on.
Yeah,
because
really,
it's laughable. It is totally laughable. The tactics are in and out. We've got some great players, and we did in them days. Hodder had only just started out, so he wasn't really involved in it. He was only when we went down, he came into the team. But there's some good players there, but there's some dead on their feet players, and there were also some young. It was mostly English players and a few Scots and Irish in them days. It wasn't internationals.
Yeah,
but they were the journeymen, you know, and they weren't putting it together. And people were laughing at it. The fans were angry. They were booing. Well, they weren't booing so much as laughing at them so much. That was the funny thing about it. It was just expected every week to lose, you know. And
that's what I was last season. That's what I was last season with Ange. I think
I was like that last night. It's become a comedy show. It is. It's Laurel and Hardy stuff, you know.
Dude, we had unironic chants. Chants. We were chanting everywhere we go, everywhere we go. We were chanting that last season, and it was a joke. It was an absolute joke. And I was thinking, all right, this season, saw the preseason PSG game, Super Cup, kind of lost it. Okay, we're Spursy. All right, you know, we failed. That was on the manager, bad subs. Okay, we had a good start to the season. I was thinking, this is why I'm really annoyed. It's because I had a better expectation than last season, but it's exactly the same.
Yeah. It's
hard to think. I mean, we were talking about. I heard that. I mentioned it before. I think on one of the other forums and that. And we had 18 crosses in the first half, and not one of them was met.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. 18.
That's horrendous.
This is a thing that I am a little bit confused about. Again, I watched Denmark as well, and we played against Scotland, and the amount of times you put a high cross in against Scotland, they're going to eat that up. And it's like, yesterday, out of I think we had 10 corners, was it? They only played 1 short.
Yeah.
Now, mix it up a bit. Doesn't have to be cross every time.
We need to be unpredictable.
Exactly.
That's the thing. We've become so predictable. I don't know if Kev or Ricky, you'll agree on this, right? I have come up with the perfect formula of how to beat Spurs, right? It's really easy to beat us, right? Aggressively press us so we make a mistake. Just aggressively press us so we make a mistake, right?
Yeah.
Defend the crosses so the goalkeeper has to punch the ball out, right? Zone out the right flank, and that's it. That's all you've got. That's all you have to do to beat us. That's it. High aggressive press, capitalize on the mistakes, defend our set pieces, and mark out Kudos. Done.
Yeah.
And that's what Newcastle did last time, by the way. And then because we lack so much physicality in this team, even though we've got people like Danzo, I know Kudos is quite a physical player. I love the way he heads the ball. I don't know if you noticed this, Kev or Ricky, but when he heads the ball, he reminds me of like Barkley's era headers, where he jumps in, turns his back, and he pushes his back to the player to bump him out the way. Love that style. But you've got Xavi gets bullied off the ball. Udogie bullied off the ball. Bergvall, he's got some tricks, but he gets bullied off the ball. Sarr bullied off the ball. Newcastle just need to bully us off the ball, mate. That's all they need to do.
Well, I was listening to what was his name? Sean Butler and Savvy yesterday on Savvy's show
really?
as well as
Oh,
Sean
really?
Butler. Yes. And they were giving Gray fucking pelters. I didn't think he played that bad.
What, Archie Gray?
Yeah.
It's Archie Gray, man.
Don't think he was any worse than Porro or Udogie.
No.
That's not very high bar.
Don't talk to me about those two people, because there's certain people on this platform that have been saying to all of us, "Oh, you got to give him time. You're just being entitled. We're second in the league." Remember that argument? We're second in the league. What you whinging about? And then all of a sudden, I'm looking at my phone at half time, getting notifications and messages from people going, "Oh, Frank this, Frank that." And I'm like, oh, weird that because I've been putting on Frank on Fraud Watch since the Wolves game, right? I'm not saying I want him out, but Fraud Watch. I'm watching him, mate. I'm watching him. And I've been telling these people, like in discussions, I'm like, I don't think Frank or this team are as good as you think they are. And they're like, no. And I'm just like, well, it's funny how you've turned all of a sudden. But no, Archie Gray wasn't that bad. No, I mean, Porro was bad. Danso, what happened to Danso?
I thought he played well.
Yeah. This is
I thought he was actually pretty solid.
Yeah, I just again coming back to the long throws thing again. I'm just I don't know if you listened to the commentary, but the pub was playing the commentary really loudly for some reason. We asked them to turn it off after a while because it was just hilarious, because the commentators were like, "Oh, Danso's in for a throw, long throw again." So if the commentators are predicting our tactics, don't you think a well-paid, well-trained, well-versed manager and team will be able to predict our tactics?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is true. It's just, again, as we were talking about with the corners, mix it up a little bit. It doesn't have to be a long throw every time. But it does seem that towards the end of the second half, nobody seemed to really want the ball. And something else that I read this morning that I wasn't really aware of last night, because obviously I'm in the Netherlands, so they don't really do a analysis of the game afterwards. It's via play. They say, right, good night, and then that's it.
Yeah.
But Bergvall wanted to go over and clap the fans, and apparently Porro came out of the tunnel and was having a pop at him.
Yep.
And then Sarr pushed him away, and then he ran off down the tunnel, and took his shirt off and was in a huff. Has anyone heard anything what that was about?
Right. So I'm going to go, Kev, you can give your thoughts. I'm going to give my thoughts quickly, right?
When the game finished, I shut down. I didn't want to listen to any of the nonsense. Yeah.
I'm the same, right? So when I remember,
we should move to the Netherlands, guys.
Yeah, when Jed Spence and Van der Ven just stormed off, right?
Yeah,
I was like, so what? I don't care. I don't give a toss, right? So if I go to the stadium, win, lose or draw, I don't care if the team comes and claps me. I don't give two monkeys, right? What I expect is a good performance and a result, right? If you give me that as a match-going fan, you don't need to come out and clap me and give me all that happy-go-lucky crap. Because I used to go, Kev, I don't know when you stopped going games, but when I started going games in like the early 90s, like mid-90s, they never used to do that. It never used to be a thing. Like, am I misremembering?
No. I don't think you are. They didn't do they did a lap of honour at the end of the season.
Yeah, and I remember the Guard of Honor. I remember the Lap of Honor. I remember if you go to the last game of the season, you usually get the manager come out and giving a speech, and you get the players come out and they talk about, sometimes they'll thank the fans or whatever, that kind of stuff. But I don't remember this demand for these players to go.
No, not in the olden days.
No, it's this woke nonsense. Because here's the thing, because obviously. You know this, Ricky, because I play futsal and 5-0s, and I've just bought some new football boots to actually play on grass again. I'm going to play on grass again. I'm bricking it, right? If I'm having a shit match, right? If I'm having a shit match and my girlfriend or my mum or my brother, and they're all coming to see me, and we have a shit match, do you think I'm going over to them and going, "Oh, thank you for coming. Oh, thank you." No. I'm getting changed. I'm getting a drink. And I'm forgetting the game.
Well, that is the thing as well. It's the TikTok, Snapchat, Twitter thing, isn't it? Oh my God, they've come over and they're clapping, so I've got to film it and I'll get it on Twitter. And
And I've noticed this. I don't know about you, Kev or Ricky, man. I've noticed that these things overshine the conversation and narrative of the game.
Yeah.
Like, why are we talking about? I don't care. Like, we can talk about Frank calling some Spurs fans not true Spurs fans. Yeah, you're a wanker for saying that. Sorry, you just are. You have your opinion. I've got mine. But for people to do streams an hour long talking about, the players don't have the right mentality because they blanked the manager. Oh, the players don't have the right mentality because they didn't go into the tunnel fast enough or they didn't. Oh, shut up.
Now, what I'm more worried about, though, is I like
never know. You never know, Wayne. You never know.
What I'm more worried about is the falling out of teammates. So they're not gelling at the moment, and must be mostly down to the manager because they seem to love playing under Ange. Apart from we were conceding God knows how many goals, but it's not as if we're fucking conceding any less this season, are we?
No, Ricky, Kev, don't forget all those content creators were telling us they were watching the games with their own eyes. They were telling us that we were silly. We're better defensively. Remember that? But we're better defensively. No, we're not.
Rubbish.
We were at the start of the season, but we're not now. And quite frankly, I don't watch football to watch us being defensive. I watch football to watch us attacking, scoring goals.
Yes.
But it is definitely a transition period over the last couple of years. Kane gone, Sonny gone.
Yeah. Not just on the pitch and off as well.
Yes, off the pitch as well. Odegaard may come good. I don't know. I'd like to sign Muani permanently. I think he's got
Paulinho,
a spark
yes. Paulinho, yes. We need him.
Paulinho, yeah. Although Paulinho hasn't looked so great over the last few games. I'm not sure if it's because Frank doesn't know what his fucking best team is or keeps changing the formation every match. And that's a bit worrying, but I'd like to now talk about the Brentford game. And this is my lineup for that.
All we want is a team of Robbie Keanes. Team of Robbie Keanes. Yeah, might work.
Oh, I'd love that. That would be brilliant.
God. Isn't it depressing, guys? And you guys have been Spurs fans longer than I have. Isn't it just depressing seeing our attacking line considering what we had in the past?
Yeah.
We had Defoe, Keane, Kane, Son,
Canute,
Bale, Berbatov. Do you know what? I for shits and giggles, Kev and Rick, I rewatched our final against Chelsea for that cup final. And the first 10 minutes of that game was more entertaining and proper football than I have seen all season from Spurs.
Yeah.
Passing, cohesiveness. I just
attacking.
Attacking. Oh my God. It's just depressing just to see that we've got Tell, Odegaard. I like Kudus, I do, but he can't be a one-man shop. Kolo Muani seems to be coming into his own a little bit. I'm liking that. But just to see our attacking threat and it all just being passed through the wings. I swear to God, I'm seeing a loss at Brentford, mate.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a loss.
Yeah. That would surprise me. They'll be well up for it, won't they?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They've got a brand new manager who's never managed before going against his old boss. You know they're going to give us a fight. Then you know it is.
And Keith Andrews has definitely got the finest head of hair in the Premier League.
I reckon 0 points for the next 2 games, to be honest.
I can't see where the next win is coming from. I really can't. It just doesn't seem... They're not playing for the manager. And even if they are playing for the manager, they don't understand the tactics. He's stood there with his little notebook writing things down. It's like, I don't really want you to be doing that. I want you to be directing the team to play some decent football, learn how to fucking defend, learn how to attack.
Yeah.
It is.
And also the thing that bothers me the most, about this season is this double pivot, right? This double pivot, which for me, for some reason, cannot progress the ball forward. Yeah. They can't. I've heard all of these Spurs fans tell me about Bentancur. He does pass the ball forward. Look at his passing forward. I'm like, yeah, but how many of them are accurate?
Yeah, that's very true.
This is the problem. Accurate passing forward. I don't see any of it. And that, to me, just perplexes me. I've never seen us just played, well, apart from some Ange games where he just went, look, just give the ball to Sonny and let's go, you know? But yeah, I just don't see this midfield double pivot just progressing the ball forward. And if we can't, that's why PSG beat us. PSG, I think I think I've said it in many streams. PSG win games in the midfield. That's their whole team is set up for that, right? They don't have a traditional number 9 setup, right? They don't. They win games in the midfield. Manchester United lose games in the midfield because their midfield's dire.
It's terrible,
right?
yeah.
It's fucking horrible. And
So
we are losing. Yeah, we are losing games, not just in the midfield, but also in the attack. Van der Ven, bless his cottons, right? Why is he becoming our best player? Why is our defender becoming our best player? I know we had Ledley King, but he's a legend.
Yeah.
But that game could have been 4-0, 3-0, 5-0 against Fulham if it weren't for Van der Ven. That poor guy, man. The whole defensive line is on his shoulders. He's pulling out worldy clearances, worldy tackles. When he did that tackle against that Fulham striker, I was like, I've seen that before from Ledley King.
Yes,
I've seen that before
from Robin. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But I don't see us getting any points. I can't see where the points are coming from unless something drastically changes, and these players get a spark up their arse. I really don't. And the thing is, I say Tottenham's players, most of them are 5s and 6s. There's a couple of 7s and 8s. 8s on a very good day. But that means the manager must be capable of managing this team to win games. I don't see where the points are coming from with this performance. I just don't.
Do you think that obviously we're not doing it quite as aggressively as we did when Arneson was sporting director, but buying young players and obviously producing the youth, do you think that is going to pay dividends in the long run, or do you think it will just be a case of, oh, well, he hasn't done it now, we'll sell him?
Yeah. Are you talking about... Sorry, Kev, you go first. I'm going to mute myself. Someone's just
carry on.
So you go, Kev.
Right. No, I've just got to say we've just tried and tested whether they're homegrown or whether they bought them in from abroad, and they don't. In the last 3 or 4 years, we've had players from Amsterdam's and all that round. They've done nothing. The young lad, he scored a hat trick one day, or scored 2 goals when we were playing Leicester. I think he got the winning goals when he came on as sub. he was wrote out before he fully reached, given a chance, you know. And then they go on to have good careers elsewhere, you know.
Yeah.
There's no time with us. Before they.
To be honest, Odebear, he wasn't cheap, was he? Tell definitely wasn't cheap.
No.
Whereas we've got
Danjuma was the one I was thinking of. Yeah.
Danjuma.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't think he was that young though, was he? But he was on loan from somewhere in Spain. He's Dutch. I don't think he's got to pull up many trees, but yeah, he did have he had a few decent games for us. But I think spending that much money on Tell, spending that much money on Odebear, spending that much money on Xavi even, because they're youngsters, and it's not starting any of them. We've got Mikey Moore, who goes out on loan. Are you telling me that Odebear is better than Mikey Moore?
No,
I don't think so. But you send him out on loan. Donnelly. Yeah, I don't think. Okay, Xavi, yeah, he's a better player than Donnelly. But we wouldn't have had to spend 50 million on Xavi if maybe you'd given Donnelly a little bit more playing time. Okay, Maddison getting injured has shafted us. But I'm just amazed that we don't trust a little bit more in our youth players.
I think that we should start utilising our youth players a little bit more. Like Dane Scarlett. I love Dane Scarlett. I think he's a little hot rod. And like I say, and we got to remember, right? These players, like for example, Kolo Muani, Mohamed Kudus, and Xavi were brought in to change the game as soon as possible. They were brought in for that reason. Right, Kudus, very good. Xavi acclimating to the Prem. Kolo, still need to give him time because he's still, he's been injury prone.
Xavi, I'd say.
Yeah. But I think why not give Dane Scarlett a go? I saw Lucas William Barnett on some of our substitutions. Give him a go. If we are in the final throws, like say if we're like yesterday, right? We're 70 minutes into the game, we're 2-1 down, right? Just put Lucas William Barnett on against Fulham. It's only against Fulham. It's Fulham. It's Fulham.
Yeah.
It's the same with Ajayi. You remember when he came on and scored that fantastic goal against whoever it was? It's give them 10 minutes. They've got something to prove.
Yeah, and the thing is, our youth players are going to take to the pitch, and they're going to be like, "This is my moment. I've got to shine." Like, because I remember when going back to Ange, and I think it was AZ Alkmaar.
Yeah,
I can't remember. It was AZ Alkmaar, right? I was in the stadium, and we brought on Dane Scarlett and Mikey Moore. It was one of those games, and it gave. I think Mikey Moore was the youngest goal scorer in a European game.
Yeah.
Of course, bring them on. It's AZ Alkmaar because they're, their fans were lovely, by the way. But yeah, they were really lovely.
they're not particularly lovely over here. They're one of the biggest hooligan groups.
I'm not talking about their actions. I'm just saying some of their
about
fans,
the ladies.
They're female fans. Oh my god. I was like, because they were like, Spurs fans, come here, have a drink. And I'm like, sure, lady. I will. And I'm just like, yeah.
Hey, baby.
Yeah, it got to a point. She was like, oh, do you want to swap scarves? I'm like, no, you can't do that here. If you go in, you cannot wear an away scarf, and you cannot wear an away scarf in the home end and vice versa. You can't do that. You can't do that. You'll get confiscated. But yeah, no, bring on the youth. Give them a go. And especially in games like Burnley, right? Fulham, Wolves, these lower tier teams, give them a chance so we can actually see what they can do. Like loaning them out, I've got no problems with loaning players out. I've got no problem with that, right? But when you've got the young players who are in our sub bench, use them. Yeah. Why not use them?
Yep, that's very true. Let me just have a look.
The other teams don't have any problems, do they? Like Liverpool's, Arsenal, they all blood 16-year-olds. down, yeah, 15, 16, 17. They all bring them in, don't they? Liverpool have 17-year-olds and United have got one at the moment, don't they?
Yep.
This kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's a little bit mental. But going back to the AZ Alkmaar ladies, a few years ago when I was, I had a long distance relationship with my now wife at the time, and her sister said that she wanted to come over and watch a Spurs match, and she brought over, I think it was 4 or 5 quite attractive young blonde ladies, and we went into Bell and Hare before the match, and I've never seen.
Did it go like this?
It was, and one of them even followed them back to King's Cross, where they were staying.
I just want to make sure you get home safe. I just want to make sure.
I think that's when they actually told him that that I think 90% of them were gay, and he was like, "Oh, all right.
Oh, well, for punt."
He probably lived in South London or somewhere like that. It took him 4 hours to get home. So, but yeah, no, that was kind of amusing. But so where do we go? What do we do? What you were saying about the smaller teams, Burnley and Fulham, I think we're in amongst them now.
Yeah, we are.
We should not expect to be beating them. And that is...
Unfortunately, I kind of agree with Kev, and I had this issue. I had this issue last season, but the only issue, you've got to remember, people, the only reason we didn't get relegated, right, was because the other teams were just so awful. Shit. But the thing is, they were awful.
Yeah.
And we lost to them. But look at Sunderland, Look at Sunderland. Look at Sunderland, right? Look at Sunderland. They're taking this Premier League seriously. They replaced their manager and all of their squad pretty much, right? Yeah. They're taking this seriously. I don't think Sunderland are going down. Leeds, as much as they're not great, they are taking this seriously. They are taking this seriously. They don't want to go back to the Championship again. Burnley. I've never respected Burnley. Sorry, I saw your run.
Like parachute payments, don't they?
Yeah, I for me, Burnley are one of those teams where they like the parachute payments, and I don't respect Burnley because I do watch other leagues because I'm a Charlton fan as well.
Yeah.
I watch them, and Burnley, they don't play to win. Most of their games last season were 0-0 draws. Like, it was just, I don't respect them. But if our trajectory is going for that lower tier, how low we can go, I don't know. Because there's that famous quote, it can't be that bad, can it? Yeah. It can.
Too good to go down.
Yeah. No, I don't believe in that. Yeah. And
absolutely.
Looking at our home form, if we predict, we cannot win a game at home in the Premier League. If we can't win a game at home in the Premier League, you might as well just halve all of our points. What's the point?
No. Yeah.
I checked this morning because I heard something last night, and in the calendar year from January the 1st to today, or last night, we played 26 games, January to May. We won 4. And we've won 5 out of 13 this year. So that's 9 games we've won out of 39 games this season. 9 out of
this year, you mean? Yeah.
That is so bad. That is so bad. Yeah. Do you know what my mum says? She hates football, right? My mum hates football, right?
I'm beginning to hate football.
And even she, I was talking to her last night after the game because I was out of it, and she gave me a call. She was like, "Did the game go?" Because she don't like football, but how mums are. They just, they just want to talk.
Want to make sure you're okay.
Yeah. And she was just like, you know what? Is the manager not training these people well? I thought it was bad last year, and I'm like, mate, you and every Spurs fan are saying the same. Like, what is going on? Like, and I know that we've got more than one game a week, but we were sold on this. We were, again, another narrative we were sold on about Thomas Frank. He develops players. What player has developed? What player has developed?
Yeah, that's true. This is interesting from I want to drink from your wide eye 2635. Welcome, mate. How are you? I think I saw you a couple of weeks ago. Good to see you. It reminds me of Nuno, just here for a quick paycheck and a speedy exit. Frank doesn't even look like he's trying to improve things.
I'd see. Here's the thing. I don't know about that because let's remember. Yeah, he came from Brentford, which, no offense, I always forget is a London club. I always forget.
I used to go there.
Oh, bloody hell! But yeah, no, I've never met. There's 2 London fans that I've never met. I've met more Millwall, Charlton, all them. I've never met a Fulham or a Brentford fan in the wild. Like, actually, not online, but actually going down the street. In London, I see Brighton fans. I see Wolves fans in London. But yeah, you know what I mean? He came from Brentford, which, let's face it, no eyes were on. No one were looking at Brentford week for week in the press, unless they scored like 5-0 against Man United or whatever. Oh, Brentford shot. He had a cushy job there. He could have stayed there for another 10 years and won fuck all and just kept him in the Prem and everyone would have been happy. I don't think he's here for a quick paycheck. I do think he wants to step up his game. But the thing is, I don't, at this stage, and he might prove us all wrong. Oh, I'm very highly fucking doubtful of that. But he might prove us wrong. I think he's come here to try it, but I think he's out of his fucking depth. I really do think he's out of his depth. Because the newspapers are, because like it or loathe it, rivals, we are a top 6 team in all the metrics that make us a top 6 team, right? Or big 6 or whatever you want to call us. We are part of the big 6. We will have eyes on us constantly. Rivals will be on us, as they always are, as we are on them, right? You don't have Brentford fans online chatting crap about anyone because they're bloody Brentford. You know what I mean? Get back to your little place in London somewhere. But I think
feeling, mate. South feeling.
Yeah, well, I know more about Fulham, but I go there for the restaurants only. And also, their stadium is quite nice because it's on the river. It's quite romantic. If you've ever got a girl,
freezing though in the winter.
Oh yeah, it's right in the Thames.
Wind that comes off the Thames. Oh God, that's cold.
Dude, I was in Liverpool for the Everton game. We were all wrapped up freezing cold, but we had a lovely meal, nice restaurant, lovely area, go into the nice stadium, look at the river. It's kind of romantic to take a girl to a football match, take them to Fulham, not the London Stadium, all right? That's not a good chance. Don't take her to the London Stadium, all right? That screams McDonald's. That screams
don't take them to West Brom either.
Yeah. But you know what I mean? I do think he wants to step up and elevate his managerial game. Whether he can do that or not, I'm not convinced.
We tried the big boys, haven't we? Conte, Marino, and all them. And they bit the dust as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
And he's got to realise that fans will turn on him like on a dime. They'll turn on him like a dime. It only takes
even
one
more
match.
now. He's bit.
Yeah, and he's bitten at the fans. And the problem is, we're going to bite back, right? So remember, I know this is a bit funny, right? So remember Tommy Tukes, right? So I also go to England matches because I want to get, because I get my caps up because I like to go to the Euros and I'm one of these people that likes international football and doesn't think the international break is boring. I like it, right? So Tommy Tukes came out about the fans, giving you don't give enough atmosphere. The next thing we do, we're giving him atmosphere and we're chanting at him, calling him a CUNT and all that kind of stuff. And then we start, you know what I mean? And we start like ribbing him and then he starts to take it and then he goes, okay. But the problem is there's a difference between saying, oh, the atmosphere is poor and saying, you're not true Spurs fans. Get the fuck out of here, man. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Because if he loses the fans, here's the thing: if you lose the fans and you ain't winning and you ain't putting in good performances, and we've seen all three, we saw all three of that Fulham game. You're on limited time, mate. Yeah, you're on limited time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I want to drink from the wide eye. Says I'm standing in the dressing room looking at Frank. He's not convincing me to play for him. The stadium is now like a 5-star hotel for opposition teams who come here expecting to win. and stopped watching his press conferences a month ago. I have to say, it's never been my thing to watch the press conferences.
No, I don't either. It's just someone sent it to me. Someone sent it to me. They were like, dude, do you know what your manager's talking about you? Because I'm a Bowie fan. You know this, because for those who don't know, I keep calling it a box, but it's not. It's just a block box. Block 135, right? It's behind the manager and it's behind the players. Why? Okay. Because if I'm cheering and they do well, I want them to hear it. If we're doing well, bro, I used to say some horrible things to Ange, man, during those matches. I'm not gonna lie. But
so it was you, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Was it you that he was trying to have a go at? Bloody hell.
People kept accusing me of that, and I was like, no, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. It was like, that's something you totally do, right? And I was like, yeah, it is. I'll be like this. While the manager looks at the crowd, I'll be like, come on. But yeah, the thing is, and that's another thing, the narrative people kept saying. Remember when Thomas Frank came in, it was, oh, he's so good with the media. I don't care if he's good with the media, but that's gonna change very quickly if we don't win games.
Yeah, no, that is true. And to be honest, Ange was pretty awful with the media, wasn't he? I just think Ange had an ego the size of Tasmania.
Yeah, and it was as soft as a pillow, mate. That's the problem.
Yeah. So anyway, right, guys, we've just gone over an hour and 10 minutes. Everyone, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to RVTV, Shelfside Spurs, and Spurswasian TV. Does anyone have anything else they want to talk about?
Nah, I'm just going to be moody all afternoon, not watch any other games of football, just out of spite. But you know, I'll watch Chelsea. I'll watch Chelsea Arsenal until Arsenal get 2 goals up, and then I'll turn that off as well. So,
do we think that Chelsea are the only ones who can catch them now?
Think so.
No.
I don't know. This is the thing. I do other panel shows, and you know what Arsenal fans are like. They win one game, they're thinking they're winning the league. They beat Bayern, and they think they're the best in Europe, even though they haven't even lifted a trophy. I honestly, and remember, we've seen Arsenal bottle an 8-point lead, right? We've seen teams bottle it before. Yeah, you know. I personally think that the league is still wide open. I'm not putting my eggs in any basket. I think there's a lot to play for, but when it comes to us, I'm seeing a downward trajectory. I'm honestly seeing a downward trajectory.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I think it's City and Chelsea, because Liverpool, I think they're blundering their way.
They're fucked. They're fucked. They tried to build a Galacticos team and tried to win football on paper before a ball was even kicked. And I had Liverpool fans tell me that they were winning a league just before a ball was even kicked. And it's just like, not all fans. You can tell it's the TikTok generation, right? It's the kids. Like, yeah, we're winning a league. We've signed XYZ FMFP. And I'm like, yeah, but a ball hasn't been kicked yet, mate. What are you talking about? So, and football's a humbler. Football is a humbler. Right, I honestly thought after the first run of games, I'm going to put my hand up. I thought Aston Villa easy, Wolves easy, Bournemouth easy. No, they weren't. They were terrible games. So football is a humbler. I think the league is still open. I think Arsenal fans do have a good team. You know, it's to say it, they are a good team. I still don't respect them, but they've got it's all their teams to lose, isn't it? You know what I mean?
No.
Yeah.
This is an interesting one. I'd love Klopp to come here and actually improve players and then hopefully see him get back.
No, he'll never come here, bro.
I can't see that.
That's never going to happen.
I think he's had enough. Anything.
For love,
anyway,
more money.
Breaking
news. Doesn't need money.
Breaking news. Unfortunately, I know he was an enemy, but I seem to remember him quite fondly. Billy Bonds has died.
Oh, yeah.
So West Ham.
I remember watching him many times because he was my generation. You know, the 70s, 80s. Yeah. Got a couple of medals for West Ham in the 75 and 80 finals. Yeah. And I remember him being. I was invited to
a West Ham match by a bloke some people I met on holiday when I was 16, and I went and he was their manager. And Jesus Christ, that Upton Park, fucking hell.
Oh yeah, no. Oh, by the way, I've got a personal beef because I've got a scar on my eyebrow here from where a West Ham fan threw a bottle at me. So
nice.
going. I've got personal beef with West Ham, but I remember Upton Park being a fucking scary place. It was a scary place.
I went there one season with a couple of blokes, and to say that most of us couldn't fight our way out of a paper bag was a bit of a. So I worked with a lady who was working in a pub down by Upton Park, and she said, we're the only pub in the area that actually lets away fans in. I said, okay, well, I'll pop down and see you. The Union, I think it was called.
Yes.
We've all been there. We're the only 3 Spurs fans in there.
Yeah. And West Ham hate us, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
They hate us.
So
everyone hates us, but West Ham just hates us.
I walked up to her and I said, you're right, Shaz, are you going to give us 3 points today? And it was like someone had flicked the needle off the fucking record. And everyone just turned and looked at us, and I thought, we got a pint, walked out into the garden, stood with our backs to a fence and thinking, while the strains of "We Hate Tottenham," and I was just like, I don't think I've ever drunk a pint so quickly.
Yeah. Been there, mate. Been there, mate.
And we lost 1-0.
Yeah. Well, it's completely different now. Like West Ham, I think it's a sad story about West Ham because they have completely lost their soul. They've completely lost their soul. You go to, I don't go to the London Stadium anymore. I went a couple times, and people remember when Spurs fans were like kicking off about our international Korean fans. Oh, they're only here for Sonny. There are no West Ham fans in the West Ham Stadium. It's just tourists. They go to they come to London. They go to Stratford. They do their shopping in Westfield to get their they go and get their shopping in Westfield. Their Hugo Boss, their cheap TK Maxx Hugo Boss. Yeah. They get their cheeky Nando's because that's a British thing. Oh, the chicken Nando's. Get the chicken Nando's, and then they go see a footy game for 50 quid because they're just like.
Well, you can't see the pit from where you're sat.
And you don't. It's no membership. You can just buy them off Ticketmaster. That whole chant, you've sold your soul for that shithole. It just breaks my heart because they really have. Upton Park was a scary place to go. Like everyone knew if you're going Upton Park, you keep your colours under your jumper. You get to the stadium, you take your jumper off, and you just keep your head down. Make sure no one sees you. If we lose, just scuttle away. If we win, scuttle away. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no. If you lose, then you're quite safe. But if you win, anyway.
Yeah, they're as bad as Millwall fans. They're as bad as Millwall fans, mate.
Yeah, it was I'd say worse. To be honest, I would.
Well, there's movies about them for a reason. A reason. You know what I mean?
So imagine paying all that money to watch West Ham, and now I'm saying the same thing for my own team.
Well, at least we can see them play, you know. At least we don't need to get binoculars out.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, oh dear.
Okay, then, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. I'd like to say thank you very much to Wayne Bonner.
Yeah, big up, chap.
Swifty, nice to see you, mate. Daniel 90, come on, you Spurs. And I want to drink from your wide eye. And also Johnny from Shelfside Spurs. Nice to see you, mate. I hope to get you back on the show at some point. Right. So if no one else has got anything to do, I'm going to head off and do some washing and cooking and cleaning and all that shit. Anything
to fucking get your mind off this shit team, to be honest. The rebranding's going to stay, mate. This is going to be a permanent thing. I'm going to be like, I'm going to be like that Manchester United fan that hasn't cut his hair. I'm just not going to be changing my name anytime soon. You know what I mean? I'm cutting my bloody hair. I'll tell you that. Imagine if I made a bet. Imagine if I made a bet and said, "Oh, I'm not cutting my hair until we win at home in the Prem." Jesus Christ, I'll end up looking like Mick Jagger.
Be a long time.
Yeah.
All right, then, chaps. Take care. Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.
Yeah.